All right, here we go. Welcome back to the Black Light Podcast. DonLexy here with another live reaction. Y'all know the rules. Hit the subscribe button on your way into the room. Also hit the notification bell to be notified every single time we post content like this. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're looking for a show sponsor. Everything over 20 qualifies. Let's reach that goal of $100 in the Cash App so that we can come back for another show. You guys won't believe how horrible the single mothers have been stinking the place up. We're going to get into it. It's going to be a great show. Gonna get real. Drop those locations. Let's get into it. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm eager. We got 4 different archetypes to cover. Let's get it. We can't waste time. We got 4 different archetypes to cover. Let's go, people.
My dog died alone.
Let's go. Wait. Okay. There we go.
My dog died alone.
See, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions.
I beg your
Now,
pardon.
when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
My dog died alone.
I own 2 companies, Kendra.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. We don't care.
What's up? What's happening? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. How my audio? My audio good? I feel like I'm hearing myself funny in the headphones. What's going on? Standby, general, sound, input, output, everything is good. Okay. That sounds better. Y'all not gonna believe today's show. You guys are not gonna believe the lineup. Drop those locations. We got PA in the building. RM, the greatest moderator on YouTube. FMJ representing Philly. Robert representing Jacksonville, Florida. Shouts out to my guy Matt Merweather out in Florida. Let's get it. Houston, Don Wick. Let's get it. Much love, Brendan. Lafayette, Louisiana in the building. Snellville, Georgia in the building. What's up, DJ Matrix? First, as usual. How y'all doing? What's going on? Somebody said this is gonna be crazy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's crazy. It seems like we jinxed the single mother. I don't know what to call it. The demographic. We were trying to like uplift black women over here, trying to preach a single mothers aren't hopeless type of deal. And I don't know. It's almost like the women are working against us. Like the mothers who have been coming on to the show, the single mothers, it's just like they're saying all the wrong things. But it was this particular woman who I found, overweight woman. It wasn't just that she was overweight. It was just the way that she thought. And it puts into perspective how other black mothers in the single motherhood, you know, when it comes to black people, our single motherhood led households, the way they think, and more importantly, how they landed there. And it's funny, there's going to be correlations and dots we can connect between all 4 of these single mothers. And I think that speaks to like the arguments that I've been trying to bring forth, that the women need to be held accountable also for why we have so many fatherless households. It's not just men abandoning their children. This is false. The narrative that's being put out there by black women is that black fathers leave the home. But I disagree. I believe that black women do not choose fathers. I think that they choose men who they're more attracted to, men who they're more stimulated by, men who make them tingle. And that's just simply not wise. All right. We've already got some we already got a Cash App. Russian Gang just dropped 5. Let's get it. First Cash App of the day. I love to see us working towards goal before we even press play on the first reaction. Much love. TJ says, thoughts on a prenup. Very valuable, but depending on how you get it and who you are, sometimes they don't hold up. Tyrese had a prenup. Some people, some prenup, not all prenups are created equal. I'm gonna say that. And depending on the lawyer that the woman has, sometimes it doesn't even matter. That's why a lot of men are just avoiding marriage. It isn't that men aren't romantic anymore or something like that. It's just the laws don't favor us. It's just that simple. Men are tired of losing their fortunes just behind love, losing everything that they work towards. I think what's funny is women like Kendra G talking about prenup this, prenup that, because I know that these women want to date men who make more than them. So if you're dating a man who makes more than you and you're still trying to like protect your little wealth you got, like, oh, you're not gonna steal my money. It's like, come on, lady, it's goofy. He's better than you. He's got more money than you. Like, Kendra's always like, oh, I gotta protect my money. She's gonna get into it later on. She's gonna try to give a clinic, but it's not gonna go well. And we're gonna break it down. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna get good. Cash App, stop the show. If you automatically want to interrupt the show, I will stop the show. If you drop it in the Cash App, I'll read it out loud, then immediately get back to the reaction. All right, let's hit that sponsor goal, because we got some good lineup of shows for you guys this month that I want to roll out. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Keep the engagement above 50. Hit the like button. Let's spin the clip.
What are your kids?
19 and 13.
Okay. Both by the same man?
No.
No. All right. Ever been married?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. All right, so we got Rose, Ohio, 36, Gemini, charge nurse, mom to 2 kids, by 2 men, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Let's see. I would say somebody who is a protector, a leader. Basically just, my parents are still married. They've been married for 40 years. So I see it daily. I live in the same city with my parents. I see it like the respect my mother has for my father. He leads her. She worked. She had a daycare business, but she just basically
Charge nurse, mom to 2 kids, by 2 men, never married. All right. Ohio. Okay. Ooh. My pen.
Thank you for that super chat,
Ooh, I got a
TJ.
couple
Thank
pens.
you.
Is it Rosie?
It's Rose.
Rose. Okay. Why I say Rosie? How old are you?
36.
36. What you do for a living?
I am a charge nurse.
A what?
A charge nurse.
A charge nurse?
A charge nurse.
A charge nurse. Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
I am a Gemini.
Gemini. You say you call me from Ohio?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ohio, Rosie, 36, Gemini, charge nurse. You have any kids?
Yes, I have 2.
2 kids. How old are your kids?
19 and 13.
Okay. Both by the same man?
No.
No. All right. Ever been married?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. All right, so we got Rose, Ohio, 36, Gemini, charge nurse, mom to 2 kids, by 2 men, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Let's see. I would say somebody who is a protector, a leader. Basically just, my parents are still married. They've been married for 40 years. So I see it daily. I live in the same city with my parents. I see it like the respect my mother has for my father. He leads her. She worked. She had a daycare business, but she just basically, they had like a traditional marriage. She didn't work like I did, but I want to bring in or have somebody that like not reminds me of my father, but leads and can guide me and protect me and not necessarily be a provider for me because I make good money.
I beg your
someone
pardon.
who
I
can
own 2
protect me and
companies,
just,
Kendra.
I don't know, be a good man, I suppose.
This is absurd. This is absurd. Everybody paying attention to this? General public, this is what black men are dealing with. They're dealing with women who are like, come in and be a good man to me, but I technically don't even need you. I can take care of myself. But just come in and like hang out. The issue is our women do not want to drop this independent woman, I can do it all, I can do bad all by myself mentality. And then they want a man to come in and marry it. You ladies are going to lose. It's that simple. It don't work. And it's a good thing that even as delusional as Kendra G is, she's starting to push back with you ladies.
Oh, real quick, because the second lady that came up with this example of her parents, right? So I'm not sure how it happened with your parents. But you got 2 kids by 2 men. Neither one of them were options.
Exactly. Like, once you do everything wrong, you don't get to say, my parents did everything right, so this is what I want. That's what they did. I know that you probably are still under that mindset that like everything that's theirs is yours and so on and so forth. That's just metaphorically speaking. That's not actually true. Like their success is their success. What you do is what you do, lady. Like you messed your life up. They did it. Like, why are you talking about them? They have nothing to do with you. I mean, they do because they're the reason you're here. But when talking about this, it's like, it would have been like if Dahmer's parents got locked up for life because of what Dahmer did. Like they were like, you know what? This was so crazy. This scared us all so bad. We're going to have to lock you guys up too. Like the parents, you know, like you can't just be Dahmer's parents and then just go to Martin's. Come on now. Come on. Like under the same logic, that would be reasonable.
Well, my son, I had him fairly young, 17 years old. It was more so of like a puppy love and, you know, things of that nature. Like back then in my childlike mind, I thought, you know, you couldn't tell me nothing. I knew we was going to be together. Like, this is my forever. Like,
You are really dumb. For real.
More so of my daughter's dad, he had a lot going on. And from there, I knew exactly what I wanted because I thought he, in a sense, was going to be it. But he turned out to be totally opposite. From then on, when it came to me dating and whatnot, like those red flags I received then that I didn't notice, I'm most definitely pay attention to them now.
Okay. Don't have your head cut off. There's a comment I want to respond to, so I'm going to focus on you.
Yeah.
But someone said, and I think I want to respond to this. Christina said, you give great advice, but I do be curious how people give marriage advice who've never been married. Let me respond to that. That's why I give great advice, because let me tell you something. Y'all be playing with marriage. To me, marriage is a real thing, okay?
Agreed.
And marriage means that I have decided that I'm going to assign the rest of the days I have on this earth to a man, my husband. Now, I don't get brainwashed in the engagement post. I'm not brainwashed in.
Hold on. I know Kendra G just didn't say she gives great advice. I know that's not what she just said. Come on now, Kendra. Let's read some cash apps quickly. Eric Cummings says, keep doing God's work. I love the show. Much love, Eric. Eric, thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much for your contribution. Felix Morgan Jr. took the sponsor spot. He says, let's pay for this show tomorrow. FMJ, much love. Thank you very much, brother. We're almost halfway there, BLP. We're still in the first archetype. I think we're going to be all right. Somebody says, this why Kendra Man left her. Yeah. It's like you can't just crown yourself knowledgeable in this discussion. People have to give you the credit. Like how we pulled up and a bunch of people showed up and they kept showing up because we knew what we were talking about. You have to be like validated by the people. But women like you just crown yourself good at something. And nobody else has even like been a part of the evaluation process. Like who said you're giving good advice, Kendra? You, like you're evaluating you. That's why you've come to your own conclusions about relationships too. You like create your own philosophies about relationships. Where's that landed you? And you always get upset when like the normal everyday average person in the comments notices what I notice. You're not really good at this.
I own
wedding
two
day.
companies.
I'm
Kendra.
brainwashed in all of it. I have a lot of married friends. I have a lot of mentors who are married.
That's them.
So I live in seeing how all these lives are duplicated because of marriage. Now, I'm a believer in marriage. First of all, I want to say that. But I don't think that it's just something that you just do. And I think as a person who has always dated and had these questions and thought about it, and also I'm a whole business. So let's start there too. Me getting married is just not the easiest thing. I'm going to quote Jay-Z. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
Ugh. This looks bad, Kendra. Like, this looks bad. It's just sad because it's just so obvious why you're single. Like, you're not a bad-looking woman. For your age, for sure. I mean, you're aging out, but, like, you look good. Like, you're not an ugly woman by any stretch. You're just masculine, and you want to win the way men. You're the typical modern woman. You want to be appealing in the dating market the way men are appealing in the dating market, and still be respected as a woman. I don't know. I just don't know if it's possible because I mean, historically speaking, we just haven't seen it be done. It's just you're really, really, really humiliating yourself. Like, you're not Jay-Z. That's for like, I can quote Albert Einstein, but that doesn't like put me on his level of intellect. Like, I can quote LeBron James, but that doesn't mean that I'm a walking triple-double at 40 years old. It's just, Kendra, there's a time I watched this show that you don't make me question the education system in the United States. You have a degree. Shame on you. Like, shame on you to have a degree and just be how you are.
So I just can't align my business with a person that now, yeah, there's prenups and all that stuff, but it's just not that simple. And another thing too is I was talking about this today. Right now, if God forbid I was to be in a situation in a coma, this is how I think about marriage. I'm in a coma and somebody got to decide if I live or die. That would be my father right now, who I know loved me down to the ground, don't care about how much money he will receive if I passed away. Now, if I get married, my husband is going to have to make that decision. And until I find the man that I trust enough to decide to keep me alive and not worry about how much money he going to get if I pass away, you don't just give that spot up. Y'all be online y'all don't think about marriage in a real way.
Kendra, what in the world happened to you in your life where your distrust for men runs so deep? Ever since you've started your show, ever since you've become successful as a media figure, I get it, you're proud of yourself, but you have a very unhealthy mind frame around what you need to do to protect it from men. And what that means is, Kendra, is that you don't understand men at a fundamental level, and that the men who are looking to get your money, those are the men you never would have respected in the first place. How about paint up some of your hypotheticals with a guy who's far better than you, and then picture how well you fit into that scenario? Instead of always framing a hypothetical where the guy is under you and he would have any motivation to want to get some of your resources. It's in bad faith. We hear a lot of black women do this. They paint all their hypothetical relationships as if they have to bring a man up. They're like, I don't want to take care of a man, and all this other stuff. And it's like, hold on, why don't you paint a scenario where you have to earn a position in a scenario with a guy who's actually ideal? You don't want to do that because you would have to work. You would have to prove yourself in a way that doesn't have anything to do with your career and the fact that you're a media personality, so on and so forth. It's just sad to see you women peacocking your business feathers when men don't care about if you're a business owner. Men don't care about if you're wealthy. Men don't care about if you're a millionaire. Not the men you want.
Because honestly, becoming somebody's wife is the highest honor. That is the highest honor you can give a man, is saying that I have decided to assign myself. Everything in life is second to you. Okay? This is what you're saying when you get married. Everything is second to you. I'm going through the ups and the valleys with you for the rest of my days if you're going to take marriage seriously. So I can sit here and give wonderful advice because I take relationships or whatever you want, ain't no judgment, but I talk to y'all so much. I know y'all don't take marriage seriously. Y'all be in play land when y'all talk about marriage. Oh, he just got, y'all don't think about it in real.
Well, Kendra, you're sort of in play land too. Don't you believe that there's supposed to be some high value man out there who respects a woman who is wealthy like him, and he's also going to not want to share you, even though you're dated out and you have you're much older, the value of your body's less than it was when you were a younger woman. You still think that a man who makes probably $300,000 and up, which would be kind of starting to surpass your income, that guy, you still think that he's gonna want to be faithful to you, and you're like, oh, that's not living in a delusion. You think that if he cheats on you, you should break up a marriage with a $300,000 to $400,000 a year man, and you think that that's not living in a fantasy world because he didn't treat you like you were as rare as he is. Everybody's like, why does he think he gets to cheat just because he has money? Why does he think he gets options just because he has money? It's because he is rare. And like, there's like his position in nature is different than yours. You're just at best, you can be a gorgeous woman, but they're like all over Miami and everywhere. You can find gorgeous women everywhere, gorgeous young women everywhere. There aren't a lot of men who make $400,000 a year and up. And Kendra's like, oh yeah, he can't cheat. And that's not living in a fantasy world, Kendra. This is what Kevin Samuels was trying to say. Like, you wanted a high value guy, middle-aged, and was like, he only get to sleep with me. That's not delusional. Okay.
Life. Y'all just on the internet. Y'all just want to post an engagement ring. Y'all want to just post a wedding day. Y'all not thinking about the reality of what this is. And I know y'all not, because y'all not making life decisions that say that you are. So that's why I could talk about marriage. Now, back to you, honey. Back to you, Rose. What was your deal breakers? Did I ask you that question?
No, you did not.
Okay, what's your deal breakers?
I would say liars. Somebody who consistently wants to be in the bars. No. And someone who's not goal-oriented, who doesn't know exactly what they want or what they're going for, or ambition. Yeah, most definitely deal breakers for me.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I would say 5'9", 5'10", or taller. I'm 5'2", I'm short. But I like taller men. Clean cut. As far as complexion, it doesn't matter to me. No, I mean, just those things basically.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
I would say, gosh, probably 60 or above. I want to say 75. I don't know exactly. I don't.
Buy a dog, die alone.
Yeah, all I know is that it's above average, and no. Yeah, it's above average income. So, no. Why? It's because there isn't anything about you that's above average. 60 is like, and a lot of you women are starting to treat 60 like it's just the number you're settling for. I'm going to start saying no to a lot of you women, especially you women who have a $40,000 a year face. Unless the body is like out of this world, you still don't get to ask for 60. But like the body would make the situation better. You're not gorgeous. You're not beautiful. See, the issue is that women just don't understand the way men are evaluating women in the dating market. Women are choosing to look at what men should be evaluating them for. They say, why wouldn't you want why wouldn't you want a woman who also earns money? And guys are like, why are you talking to me like this? Because I already said what I want. I said I don't care about your money. All I care about is if you're feminine, fit, and cooperative. Why are you arguing with me? This is what men are dealing with nowadays. It's like women are like, but why wouldn't you want a woman who can also earn money? Like, what if something happens to you? And blah, 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 blah. It's like, stop fighting the like make your independence significant to us. We don't care. You're doing that so you don't have to be valuable the way the women of old were, which was earning their respect with the man through actually doing real things, like keeping his life in order, making things easier for him, warming his bed, running a bath, cooking. But you don't want to do those things. So you guys are just like, well, I'll just go out and work and be a man. No, we don't want that. So
I can't put exact on it.
all right, we got another Cash App that stopped the show. Mick Jock 7, he says, replay gang. Much love to everybody who's going to catch the replay gang. We're at 46, halfway to go. Let's get it.
As long as he can maintain.
Say it again.
As long as he can maintain as far as like his life and what he does. And I like to travel. Like, as long as he can maintain basically as far as the things he needs and he wants. And I mean, I'm okay with, I can't put a specific dollar amount on it. I won't be on here outrageous like $250,000. Like I won't do that.
But you said it. So
My dog die alone.
see, I don't like the subliminal implication stuff because you said it already. See, like once you put that out there and you said, I'm not gonna say 200,000. See, that's like implying black so that you don't, it's implying so far black that you're accidentally implying white. Like we know that because you brought up the 200,000 that's what you think you're worth and whatever. Then you mentioned travel. You're like, oh, he needs to be able to match. Match what? So sick of hearing that. Like, I like to travel a lot. He needs to be able to match it. What? What are you talking about? It's unbelievable. Like, I never heard anything so juvenile. Like, I like to go out of town a lot. Like, you need to be able to, like, have the money to, like, go out of town with me a lot. Like, you know, like men are worth more than just being a travel companion for you. Buy a dog. Like, find some other loser single women to go on a travel trip with. Men are serious business. Like, we take care of things. We solve problems. We build things. We can fight better than you. We more coordinated than you. We can drive better than you. We can endure harsh weather conditions in ways you cannot. We're stronger, more innovative, more inventive. We don't need you. We don't need your extra money. Let's get the Kendra cam so we can move on from her because we got 4 other archetypes to cover. It's only so much delusion. We can just waste our time where we could be focusing on winning. Or did the broad already stand up? I just missed it. Okay.
36, Gemini. Okay. Let's do the Kendra cam.
Oh gosh. You see? No, you can't.
Oh, your phone about to fall. Okay, girl. I can tell you got them hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to call home about. Average in every way. You get average money at best, but still, I don't even want my average men wasting their time on like women who think that they're better than men, low key. And some of you women haven't even identified this issue. Like you haven't even identified with the fact that you think you're better than men and whatever. It's subconscious, but you know, it's up to you to go to therapy. That's not my problem. Go to therapy. Okay, let's get some super chats read. Brother Darkness says, and she looks like a younger Busta Rhymes in the face. When disaster strikes. Much love. Thank you.
And psych ward. Ooh, child. Everything good?
Right.
I'm gonna
it's
need
been
to
one of those
stage
days.
after you. How old
It's a
are you, Kat?
16-hour day.
Ooh, child. How old are you?
40.
40. And what city you calling us from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland in the building. You have any kids?
I do. I have 3. 21, 18, and 16.
21, 18, and 16. All by the same man?
2 are, 1's not. My oldest is by a different man.
Okay. Have you been married? Have you ever been married?
No.
No. So we got Katherine, works at the psych ward, 40, Cleveland, Ohio. Mom of 3 kids by 2 men, never married. What's your zodiac sign?
Gemini.
Ooh, Gemini. All right, let's get it. Katherine, what kind of man you looking for?
Ooh, honest, hardworking, caring, spiritual, kind.
Monogamous.
Yes, someone who
Who's
just
there
wants
in the
one woman.
background?
She said, "Who in the background?" One of
Who
my
coaching
coworkers.
you what to say?
She remember me probably.
She probably
You was on
do.
my show too?
You want to see me?
She was.
Let
Say
me
hi,
see
Chuck.
her.
Hi.
Hey,
Ugh.
girl.
Hi.
Hi.
Ugh.
See, I just be looking for a man at this.
Gee, she came from the back like Igor, like, yeah, what are we doing today? Surprised you even wanted to get on camera, shorty. Told the fuck down. Get out of the camera. Black women are the only people who do that. Stop.
At this
Sit down
psych ward,
somewhere.
child.
Oh, she got one. She got one. She got a man.
Oh, so did you get a man after the show or you already had one?
After the show. After
She
the
met
show.
her
But
on the
not from
show?
your show. Not
Okay.
from your show. But yes.
Ugh,
she did
somebody
meet
hitting
somebody.
that? My
I
God.
love that. I love that. Okay. So what's your deal breakers?
Ooh, a liar. Children under 2. And someone that does not have a good relationship with their mother.
Okay. All right.
I think that's key.
God, men are so tired of hearing this. Black men. Now, I don't usually do this, but on the particular call, there was a comment that I want to read from Kendra G's page, somebody who had a comment about this very issue. And since I agree, I'm going to read it and then I'm going to expand on it. Very simple. It reads, for you ladies who say, in quotes, he must love his mama. Why? In a question mark. Not all mamas are a good mama. There are some who treat their sons like trash. My mother-in-law isn't a terrible excuse for a mother. My husband is a wonderful man. He respects his mother, but it would be understandable if he never spoke to her again. Now, this is from a woman, a black woman. Before all the black women trying to say that they try to blackmail bash, this was a black woman who commented this under this particular part of Kendra G's show. It's the first comment on this highlighted video on Kendra G's page. And the reason why it's highlighted, because it got liked, because this is one of those conversations that black people want to have, but we're a little afraid to have because we don't really like messing with mama, right? Because mama's perfect. Mama can't do no wrong, even though nothing could be further from the truth. A lot of us have garbage ass mamas, and I just don't know why we're afraid to talk about it. I think we think that we look like a more respectful race of people if we love somebody so much we're blind to their issues. I'm here to tell you today, black people, that's not strength. That's not love. You're not loving somebody just because you're willing to continue to go through turmoil with them over and over and over and over and over again. I think the only way the black people are going to heal is if the black people who have sense and have gotten their therapy get away from the black people who haven't done such. I'm so one of the biggest issues in the black community is blind loyalty. I think I'm going to write a book on it. For us to be ready to pull up and we so quick to want to fight. We always we ain't the one, and everywhere we go, we bad to them up. We bad to the bone, bad. But when it comes to our vulnerable relationships, we don't know how to cut nobody off. We don't really know how to put nobody in their place. We don't really know how to handle people. See, me, I spare my people by just kind of going my own way. I didn't fit into the culture of my family. So that I didn't have to thrash them like the killer that I am. I just spared them and went my own way. And again, because I'm not cut from that blind loyalty ilk where it's like I'm just going to like go along and be like, oh yes, Papa. Oh yeah, that's my mama. Oh yeah, you only got one mama. Please, black people, we gotta stop. A lot of y'all are in relationships with your mothers or people who you think you just gotta be in a relationship with, and you don't. I'm here to tell you, you don't. And black men are tired of being do you know how insulting that is to hear when you're a black man who's actually been abandoned or neglected by your mother, and now you live with your grandmother who tells you the stories of how your mother does not want to be in your life? See, I had homies who grew up and lived with their granny, and their mama was right up the street or at the club swinging it. She wasn't even on drugs. She was just out here popping that 90s thing, right? And he just had to deal with it. That's why I always say grandma raised niggas are the angriest, because daddy issues, you can learn to live with. Mama issues a lot of times destroy. Just destroy the fabric of a person and a man or a woman. If the mother issues with a woman, it can like destroy the woman. Her relationship with her mama bad, it just, I don't know. She usually don't do right. But black men are tired of hearing this. Not all of us come from this. Not all of our lives are a Tupac Dear Mama song, Boys to Men, Mama, stop it. Like this, we're over this shit. Because it's stuff like this that's got black women thinking that they're perfect, that they're beyond reproach, and now you can't correct them, because that's what black women are trying to do. They're trying to like get this secret agreement between each other that we'll never be objective towards one another. We'll all just say that each other is perfect and that we shit sunshine, so that when we want to behave poorly, we can just do it and nobody will get caught. We'll all be able to always be in a safe place. It's really childish. Black men deserve better. Black men deserve more respect. Tired of it. To assume that all of us who don't have a good relationship with our mothers because we're just some rebellious, angry nigga, right? None of us were done wrong by a black woman, because like you don't know what that says without saying it. Without saying it, you're saying black women can't make mistakes, or that like no matter what mistake a black woman makes, you should just love her anyway, which is toxic too. That's all I really wanted her for, believe it or not. I just wanted to address her on that. We're going to move along. That's all I really wanted her for. We got to quickly move through these because the feature presentation is so important. We can't miss the feature presentation. Much love to Tyree. He says, great work, Don, keeping Mr. Samuel's mission alive. Sometimes I think these women are trolling. This is sad. The delusion is unreal. Please hit them with the AK of truth. You got it. All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
I'm a customer service representative. I work for Whirlpool.
You work for who?
Whirlpool.
Okay, Whirlpool.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any kids?
I do, Kendra. I've got 2 kids, 9 and 2.
Both by the same man?
No.
Why you not with the 2-year-old dad?
So I was.
Amazement 17 says, again, the whole mama angle is just a way black women want a respect given to them and not earned. They do it in a slick way. Yeah, it's like they're trying to like put they want the narrative and the energy in the black community to be like black women can make no mistakes, nobody can correct a black woman. That's all it's for, so that they can behave poorly and nobody can say anything. They can always say, I'm grown, like don't get out of my business. There's always like a counter. Or like they say, don't worry about what black women do. It's always defense to their poor behavior. That's what I don't like about it. It's very disingenuous. They don't really care about if you love your mother. They care about an environment existing where black women aren't judged fairly. They want to be able to do what they want to do. That's the truth, sadly to say.
Kendra, I was with him for a while. Then he got incarcerated. I held him down, that whole spiel, all of that.
I beg your pardon?
And he came home and yeah, you know how that goes.
Right. You came home and he did what he was supposed to do. He went and tried to find a woman who is reasonable and isn't stupid enough to hold a guy down while he's in jail. Like, I always see women do this. You guys date men who are in jail, and then for some reason, you guys aren't wise enough to understand that the only reason why he even cares about talking to you is because he has nowhere to go. You're like the only person who is available who wants to talk to him. That's the only reason why you have value. You can't see the issue with a lot of women who are overweight. Not only are you at a physical disadvantage, but you're at a reality disadvantage to where you're put in a position to where you're normalizing things that shouldn't be normalized. Like, you don't even know that a lot of the foundations of your relationships aren't built on truth. You're taking relationships serious that weren't built on truth or ground. You had dishonest men trying to get in contact with you.
Oh, no, I don't. So you held him down while he was in jail and he came on and acted a fool?
Yeah, pretty much was just like, I don't need you now.
Wait, so were you pregnant when he was in jail?
No, I was not pregnant. He came home in
jail and you got pregnant with the 2-year-old.
Correct.
So how long were you guys together for then?
So we were together a little bit before he got incarcerated. And he did a 36-month bid. So we were together that whole time. And then he got released in 2021. And, we were kind of going back and forth, but it wasn't official. And then it's just like after I got pregnant, it all just went downhill. But I got a blessing out of it, so I ain't tripping.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
Now, I told you that throughout this show, BWs would reveal their paradigm and reveal their mind frame. Mr. Samuels a few years ago cussed out a light-skinned, middle-aged woman. I don't know if you guys remember this. She went famous for saying, well, at least I got kids out of it. And Mr. Samuels lost it, as he should have, right? She's like, well, at least I got kids out of it. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was a man she never even loved, so on and so forth. You kid thieves. Y'all think we don't see y'all. A lot of you women will lay down with a man and have a baby that you already decided in your mind that you're done with, but still his seed, and think that you're still a good person. Think that like you can still be a noble person at the end of the day. Like, nothing could be further from the truth. And when you women do that, when you get pregnant knowing that you could care less if you're with the man or not, that's like the baby will always be more his scientifically than it'll ever be yours. You're just carrying his child. It's theft of a child. This type of stuff makes me sick. You women think that, see, only in the black community, and when talking about why we have so many single mother-led households, look how proud our women are. They think that there's a scenario where they can have a child and be alone with it, and it's not a failing situation. They're like, well, at least I got a baby out of it. You didn't still win, bitch. Like, you lost. If the man don't, like, read. Look at history. Look at the way things have typically gone in the world. Women who raise children by themselves, their children don't do well. Like, I don't know why you black single mothers are even patting yourself on the back. We don't even have, our young boys can't even read over a 4th grade level. That means you guys aren't doing a good job.
Okay. Y'all co-parenting well?
No.
Oh.
He's
Okay. So we
men
gotta
can be bitter too, Kendra.
Huh?
I said men can be bitter too.
Oh, absolutely.
Stop playing. Stop trying to act like, oh, it's about him being bitter. Oh, he's bitter? I find it so rich. Women thinking that they can find a man in jail. He come out in the way that you found him, you don't think you're on the hook for that. That you're like that you think you're in a position where you can shame him. You found him in jail. It's just, I hate you. Like, you make me sick. Now, I'm not wasting my time on you, lady. I'm not even doing the Kendra cam because it was nothing to see. This first, I thought it was Trey Rags. I said, Trey? I said, Trey Rags. Again, just like the second archetype, the dark-skinned woman who had on the hat, the single mother, a couple ladies down, these women are trying to coast off of the accomplishments of their parents and this doesn't have nothing to do with them. She's about to do the same thing that the other woman tried to do. She's gonna be like, my mama and daddy was married and I seen it, so now I want it. It's like, that's not how it works, black women. Like, y'all gotta stop. Like, this shit is wild.
My dog died alone.
Let's get into it.
Oh, daddy.
We just wasn't on the same path, and I couldn't deal with infidelity.
You know she looked like Trey Rags.
He wanted his own path, and I went mine, so it just wasn't working.
Why you not with the 5-year-old daddy?
He was a younger guy, and I'm older, and we were just on different paths. He's more toxic, and I just want peace.
Why you not with the 9?
He's toxic, and you just want peace. And now, again, are we supposed to believe that you discovered all these things about this young man after you slept with him? And where have you typically in history seen younger men getting with like older women and it pans out to be this ideal relationship and you thought you were going to be different, but he's toxic? But don't hold you accountable for being foolish for dating someone younger and just sleeping with some younger guy. Don't hold you accountable for that. Okay.
Your old daddy.
My 10-year-old and my 9-year-old, me and his their dads were together for a while. But once again, if we just couldn't click, is the communication that wasn't working.
Okay, so then the next one was unfaithful. He wasn't communicating what he did, whatever, blah, 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 blah. All stuff you saw before the baby. Y'all don't even start seeing what's really wrong with these guys or really caring about what's wrong with these guys until the baby comes into the picture. Watch.
Okay,
it's like I was in a relationship and the relationship worked until the kids came. And the kids came, everything went flat. So it's just how it was. Huh?
Each time?
Each time.
So
Yes.
you didn't. So after the first time when it changed, you didn't think maybe to do it differently?
I tried. I actually was engaged after my first 2 kids, and my fiance passed in 2017. So.
Oh, so one of your children's dads is passed
No,
away.
we never had kids. I did get pregnant, but I had miscarriages with that relationship. So, and he passed away 2017.
Okay, so you were engaged and he passed away.
Yes.
And then you met the other 2 men later?
Yes.
Okay. Kira, you know my show, right?
I love your show. I watch it every day.
Okay, because listen, girlfriend, I just want to, the cause is going to talk about you. So I want to give you a chance to respond. Okay. What would you say to the man as we're looking for a new man that might be concerned that you have, 4 children by 3 men and you got a 10-month-old?
Now let's just slow examine this really quick because I want you guys to leave with exactly what I want you to leave with. Understand that she just described 3 different men who had obvious issues when they met them, but she only cared about those issues after she secured a baby. Now, remember what the lady who just came before just said. Like, she just spoke as if once she secured a baby, it almost didn't matter what happened between her and the man. Do you guys see how both of these scenarios are attached to each other in the same psychological paradigm, in a sense? That it all is the result of black women seeing a scenario where them being alone with a child is also a successful thing too. Thank you, feminism. Because our women think that they're okay with really, like, they feel like a child alone by itself is just a win. Black women will get pregnant by a guy, and then start to pay attention to the things that they already should have paid attention to about what's wrong with them, and then just leave with the baby. And what I like is the lady before, she represents the laxed perspective of like that mind frame, who lets it hang out. She's not even ashamed. She's like, at least I got a baby out of it. Every now and again, you get a fool like that. This is proof that you women just see a baby all in by itself as a win. You don't value men. That's why you are got multiple baby daddies. You value securing the children because that comes with resources, free food, sometimes even free rent. And it's funny, if you lived in China or somewhere where it's not beneficial to do that, you wouldn't do it. Or if they made you leave the country, you wouldn't do it.
What would you say to that man that's
a lot of baggage, and you know, life doesn't have a guidebook to how it's going to work for you. So I can't say that I have been in situations, but I feel that my situation now is more handled because I'm more single parent on hands-on with my kids. I don't talk to their dads. I have one dad that helps me, but the other ones don't. So I don't have drama. I have peace. I take care of myself. And I think that everything that I have right now, I can come to the table to be a better woman and to grow with someone. I'm not giving up on love. You know, kids don't stop that. So.
Well, you know, love is not contingent of relationship. Love is what you feel for your children. Mm-hmm. Love is what you probably feel for best.
Kane says they call men deadbeats who never wanted a child or a wife. Profound. Because like it's not you don't have a deadbeat father on your hands when you got with a man who was sketchy, had his baby, and then he don't want to raise it. You think that's a deadbeat father? Again, I always say black women are so far from winning in these kind of scenarios, they don't even know what losing looks like.
Friends, family members, love is what you have for yourself. So you know you're not giving up love because you have love. So I want everybody to know that. You're never looking, it's like oxygen. You're not looking for someone to breathe. Like you have to inhale and exhale. You got lungs. God gave you that. God also gave you love. So really what you're looking for is companionship. Right. You're looking for someone that you can do. I'm not sure what your goal is. I'm going to get to that in a second. But it's like someone you could do life with and of course have a love with. But no, you don't have to give up on love because you're already experiencing that. Like you're in the seed of that because you're a mom. So I know you love your kids. Well, let's continue. So Kiera, 30, home health care, mom to 4 kids. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer. So never married. You were just engaged, right?
Right.
Okay. Make sure you keep the camera so I can see. I'm
trying. It's on the charger. I'm sorry.
Oh, we have on the charger. Okay. So I think I got it all. Kiera, where are you calling me from?
I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. I know a lot of people know about that. So.
Jackson, Mississippi. Child, I'm gonna keep it about you, but you know, I saw Mississippi burning as a child, and I said I ain't never going to Mississippi.
Don't. I'm trying to get away from Jackson myself, so don't come.
I think
I grew up in Mississippi. It's not as bad as what people think. But then there are some areas that are just like, oh yeah, it is as bad as it think. It is as bad as they say. You know, my family comes from Oxford, Mississippi, a very small town. Ole Miss, where Ole Miss is. And it's just all cool until, you know, you start seeing the Confederate flags. Okay. All right. Just keep your distance. All right. Somebody just dropped 30. Says first time catching the live. Keep it up. Much love, man. You're the new show sponsor at $30. I appreciate you. That puts us at 75. $25 away from us coming back here and having a ball again tomorrow. Let's get it. I appreciate y'all coming through and supporting these shows. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and get back into it. If I can.
But anyways, let's continue. So we got Kiera, Jackson, Mississippi, 30, Cancer, works from home and home health care, mom of 4 kids, by 3 men, never married. What kind of man you looking for now, honey?
A leader. I'm tired of being dominant. I've been independent all my life. So a provider, um, a loyal man, and a man who doesn't mind communication.
Buy a dog, die alone.
Yeah, I don't know, Shorty. Like, you say you want, man, said you want a provider. I don't know. And then you said you don't want to be dominant. As if the men who are available to you, they're the reason why you have to be so strong. Tired of hearing this from even good-looking black women. It's old. We are not the reason you guys are masculine women. Y'all choose to come outside every day, spitting and throwing up GD, flashing pistols, like whipping out on people, doing all this different type of stuff, acting like men, and then you turn around and go like, I want a man who like I can be feminine with. But how are we responsible for all the other stuff I just mentioned? Just because the lack of a strong man isn't available, that has something to do with your poor behavior. You women don't understand that femininity isn't just shutting up and like being quiet and not having anything to say. It has a lot to do with the way you think, your idea, your belief systems, and what belief systems you have in certain circumstances with the man. Like some women don't know that it isn't just about being able to shut up. It's about knowing when to shut up, when to speak out, when to be more of like a open support to him. I'm tired of black women saying, oh, like, I got to be dominant because I don't have a strong man around me. Like, stop. Like, please. Nobody want to hear that.
A leader, what do you say provider? What does provider mean to you?
I grew up in a two-parent household. I had my mom and dad were married. I see my dad provide. My mama, she followed and lead. So a provider is to maintain the household. You show up, you're present, you do what you have to do for your household as a man.
So Kiera, I love you. And I want to talk to you. Woman to woman, I don't want to, this is not a bashment, right?
Yeah.
But one would say you grew up with that, you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you require that before you brought your beautiful 4 children into this world?
I don't want to go into my life story, but even though my mom and dad were married, they did get divorced. And the divorce kind of just put my mindset different on how to look at men because my dad wasn't really there after the divorce. And it was years before I saw him again. So,
well, the way you just kind of talked about it, I thought you just made it seem like your parents were married. This was a great example. So
it was a good example. You know, it was a good example growing up. But that didn't last for me. But I know that that's what I would want for my kids.
A failed marriage? Like you, my parents divorced at 8 years old also. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not crying about it. I'm not sad about it. It is what it is. They weren't meant for each other any damn way, right? But again, I would never look at my parents' failed marriage and then say, that's exactly what I want for myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what I want. You know, the thing that like broke my life up and like caused me a lot of pain, that's exactly what I want for myself. Like, what a great example. Ma'am, it's just, you have failure coming out of your pores. Like, everything about you is off. And then you say you want a provider, which is inherently disrespectful to men. Because men who are providers, they want what they value in women because you want a man who earns money. So that's what you value in men who can provide. What we value in women is beauty, fitness, and femininity. 3 things that, well, one thing you admitted you don't have, the other 2 you haven't. You don't have to admit that you're like out of shape. We see it. So you want a man who's supposed to be good where men historically are typically supposed to be valuable. You're unvaluable where you're not valuable where women historically have been valuable. What makes you think that this would be a even exchange of value? Or you just want it? Or you're one of those black women who are like, well, if you're not that guy and you think that it's ridiculous and you think that what I said is stupid, then I'm not for you then. Like, that's not going to work either, black women. Like, they're intellectuals in the space. Go ahead and try to act like there's one guy out there who gets it, you loser.
I get that. I think that what I hear a lot from men at times is the men who provide, like, because every man, like, let's just keep it real. Some men can't afford to provide. I don't make the rules, but not every man has a coin that can be the sole provider financially for a family.
Yes.
But the ones that tend to do sign up for that, they're doing it normally for the women that had their children.
Right.
Now, does it not happen for women? Of course. I mean, the golden story is Russell and Sierra, right? So does this mean, no, you can't get that? But I will say, just being truthful, from sister to sister, you know, you're asking a man to provide for you and 4 children, so really 5 people. Okay. Is that non-negotiable?
I could do the same. I've been maintaining myself.
No. That's not the question. That's not the question. That's not what Kendra G asked. She didn't ask if you could do it by yourself. That's not what she asked. She said, do you understand that, like, it's 5 people who need to be taken care of all together? That whatever dollar amount this money make, it can't just be any amount. It has to be significant. You have a lot of people. There are a lot of people who need to be taken care of, and I'm glad that you said what you said, because a lot of modern women are saying that nowadays. They're saying like, oh, well, I could do it. Like, I mean, if it was me by myself, I could do it. I just want a man to come in and do it. Ladies, those two energies don't exist, because how guys work, if you got it, you got it. Like, I'm not finna fight you for financial positioning in your life. If you don't need me financially, I'm not gonna act like you do. I'm not gonna act like you do. Like, I'm not gonna act like.
I have myself well maintained. I take care of myself. I have a roof over my head. I have my own transportation. I work full time. I work from home, so I take care of myself pretty well.
So a man can move in with you?
No.
So why are you, so of what significance? That was a trap. Kendra's not that smart, but that doesn't mean she can't set traps. That was a trap. You fell into it. Because if he can't, if he can't come into you, bring his situation to your, why are you even mentioning it? Why is it leverage in the dating market? Like, because how you ladies need to look at it is the only thing that you can use to like bring value to yourself is something that he benefits from also. You can't just talk about a house, a career he has nothing to do with, Ferraris and trips he has nothing to do with, and be like, that's why you should want to be with me. Do y'all know how crazy that sounds? Like, just. Y'all hit the like button. They're already kicking out 200 to 300 people at a time. Hit the like button.
No.
So
That's one thing.
So let's play this out in the reality, because I think sometimes we don't do this. So okay, he can't move in with you. That's fair. So wait, is marriage your goal? I'm not sure. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, marriage is the goal. So is the goal for you then for you and your 4 kids to move in with him?
No, I'm actually in the process of purchasing a home. So I'm not looking to move in with anyone. I'm just looking to build on what I have and what they can come to the table with. And as long as they can take care of themselves, we can come together and build together.
You get your big fat ass on
That
somewhere.
you're gonna buy,
I don't deal
would
you
want
big
him,
sassy
if
ass
y'all
broads.
became husband and wife, he moves into that home?
No, I think I would want a guy who has himself together, but I'm okay with him coming to spend nights. We can spend time.
But no, let's because I think what happens is people say they want to be married, but y'all don't. Let's just play this how it would work in real life, right? Because let me tell you something that doesn't matter with marriage: the ring and the wedding day. Those are the 2 most non-important factors of marriage,
Mhm.
right? Marriage and the real spectrum of things is how do we cohabitate in this life together? So I want you to really think about this because you have
Right.
4 children, right? So
Mhm.
let's think about the reality of this. So you're about to get another house, and
Mhm.
if your goal is to be married, how do you and your husband, so he doesn't move into your house, or do you do y'all ever live together? And if so, have you thought about how that happens?
I mean, Kendra, like basically, I want to date. I want to get to know one person. I want to take my time to do it because rushing doesn't lead anywhere, and that's why I have failed relationships. So I want to meet someone, take my time, but eventually I will want to move in, get married, and things like
You will
that.
what? But
Eventually,
I
Move in
understand that.
where?
But this is the things that you're right. You have to date. We're not there
right?
yet. But the
Right.
reasons why I want this to come to the head, because then you can start thinking how to plan for that,
Right.
right? So in dating, girl, dating is easy, right? You go on a date, you go back home to your life, yada yada yada. I'm
Mhm.
only talking about marriage right now. Like
Right.
if that's what you say you want.
Mhm.
So just have you ever thought about what does a reality of a marriage look like for you and a guy in the cohabitation aspect?
I'm learning. I haven't really just came up to conclusion with that, but like I said, I'm
Well, ma'am, hell, you better learn. Well, like that's something you have to be thinking about before you know, even have one child. This makes sense why you're in the situation that you're in. You don't even see a scenario where you're living with a man. It's almost like the older a woman gets, the more she destroys her relationship past. She thinks she gets to come back to the dating market with like touchier dating standards, with dating standards that require even more patience than if she didn't have a lot of baggage. Like, you women are absurd. You think that a man is gonna like date you, pay your bills, maybe even marry you, be in a serious relationship with you, pay your bills, and not even have to live with you? I've heard fine women try this and they were absurd and out of their damn mind. You lady, are you
My
tripping?
dog died.
What the hell is your problem?
Like Bernice.
That's a big bitch.
Like, you think that like you're about to like have a man who would like want to deal. First, he has to want to wrap his mind around all the children he's got to pay for from all these different men. You're not even a baddie. You're just some far below average woman who made that choice. This is upsetting. Because you think the fact that you think that some man out here should just be like, yeah, that's a deal. That sounds about right. That sounds like a deal.
just 30. I just turned 30 this year, and I think it's that growth stone in my life is where I'm realizing things could be better in a lot. It could be better if I do things in a better way. Stop doing things the old way. So I'm still learning, but that one I don't have an answer for right now. But
Okay.
hopefully I will.
Okay. We'll continue. So any more requirements before we go to your deal breakers?
Requirements?
Yeah, well, desires. Anything what you're looking for before we go to your deal breakers?
Just to have yourself together. I'm not trying to be your mom. I want to be a woman. I want to be feminine. I don't want to be dominant.
I want to be feminine. I don't want to be dominant.
My
Oh
dog
my
died alone.
goodness. I don't want to take care of a man. This is what you call the big girl's prayer. Lord, please, no men who can't, who don't got a job, no men who need to live with me, no men who actually are what I deserve because I'm actually in last place on the woman's side. Please, God, stop sending me more of the men that I actually deserve. It's very pathetic. The reason why you're dealing with broke men is because you're broke. You're broke when it comes to the currency of what women can spend to be appreciated by men in the dating market. You don't have $1. Besides the illegitimate kids, even if you were by yourself, you'd have been far less valuable because you got those kids and whatever. But even without the kids, you'd been far less valuable because you're extremely overweight, below average in the face. Talk about you want a provider, and he's gonna have to be a significant provider to be able to pay for all those kids. I'm acting like it's just some peewee out here. It's not. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the show. I enjoyed delivering it. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. We didn't quite make goal. We're about $25 away from like goal. Probably up until around like 410 is up around the time to where if we don't make goal by then, I do accept the late donors after the show, but only up until around like 4 p.m. And then it just won't make sense. I'm gonna take the day off because we really do need to work on short form content, or we're not gonna bring any more people into they're not gonna let us grow through live. YouTube has made it in so many ways, made it obvious to me. They're not gonna allow me to grow through just doing lives. If I don't come with some short form content, then we just won't grow. So much love, guys. Thank you for supporting and tuning into the show. Hit the like button and notification bell to be notified every single time we go live around 2. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.